Just want to bring you a story here about your old boy P. Diddy appearing in court after sex trafficking indictment. What has this millionaire, almost billionaire, been up to? Good morning, Trouble. Good morning. How you doing? You good? Okay. I'm okay with my story today? Okay, thank you, man. All right, y'all. He said I get a stamp of approval from Trouble. This story is coming from Law and Crime. They got 1.8 likes on here, 85,000 views, 6.11 million subscribers. Let's get into this P. Diddy entanglement. Now where he gonna spend his money at? On Canteen?
Federal courthouse here in the Southern District of New York. We're here in Lower Manhattan, where, as you can see right behind me, this is the very courthouse where Diddy is set to appear later this afternoon for his arraignment after being arrested just yesterday. As you can see behind me, several media outlets are here. Us here at Law and Crime, CNN is here, Reuters is here, AP is here. There are several media outlets here as well too. Now, federal prosecutors say just a year ago, even today, Combs was awarded the key to the very city that he now faces his indictment against. Now, he has been charged with 1 count of racketeering conspiracy. He's been charged with sex trafficking by force, fraud, coercion, transportation to engage in prostitution, and officials say the investigation is still ongoing. Now, many fans have even come out here kind of in support of Diddy, also in hopes to possibly see the music mogul as he was to come outside of the federal courthouse. That hasn't happened, but a lot of people are just kind of waiting in anticipation. But what we did see so far this today is that we saw Justin Combs, Christian Combs, and Quincy. Now, these are all 3 of Diddy's sons, seemingly who had come here to support their father. Now, they came in a little bit before 11 o'clock this morning, and we had saw them kind of walk inside the courthouse. Now, but what we didn't see also was Diddy's daughters here in attendance. Now, remember, we have to remember that they are a lot younger, so it's unlikely that they will make an appearance here. But again, his 3 sons are here in support of him. Now, prosecutors just got done with their press conference. Let's play a little bit of that press conference where the prosecutor there goes through the indictment.
Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs, and that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair.
Now, I want to take you through a little bit of the indictment that was released just this morning. Now, under count 1, prosecutors say that the defendant abused, threatened, and coerced women and others to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. Now, officials say that Combs relied on employees, resources, and influence of his business empire that led and controlled creating a criminal enterprise. Now, the defendant, who again is Sean Combs, he's the only one who has been listed under the indictment, operated his businesses in Manhattan as well as Los Angeles, and they even named some of his businesses businesses. Now, Diddy, they say, engaged in persistent and pervasive pattern of abuse toward women and other individuals. They allege that Diddy manipulated women to participate in highly orchestrated sexual activity with male commercial sex workers. Now, Combs allegedly would even fly out these commercial sex workers to his location. Under the indictment, they allege Diddy committed physical abuse, which federal prosecutors say was widely known, and alluded to the Cassie video that was released on CNN just months ago. Now, the indictment says on numerous occasions, at least spanning since 2009 and continuing for years, Diddy would assault women by striking, punching, throwing objects, and kicking them. They alluded to one instance around March 2016 where Combs dragged, kicked, and threw a vase at a woman. Now, while Cassie wasn't mentioned under the indictment, it very much so echoes her 2023 lawsuit against Diddy that we all know was settled within a day after it was filed in federal court. Now, the indictment goes on to say when hotel employees intervened, Diddy paid them off to ensure their silence. And his abuse wasn't just towards women, it extended to his employees and witnesses to his abuse. Now, his LA home, which was listed for about $70 million just last week, and his Miami home were rated.
Florida has a near total abortion ban, with no real exceptions for rape, incest, or the health of the woman. It bans abortion.
Miami home were raided by federal agents back in March, so just months ago. Now, at the time, Diddy was heading to a vacation with his daughters, while his sons, Justin and Christian, were at his Los Angeles home. They were detained, but to be very clear, they were not arrested in the case. They were just held outside of their lawn while agents recovered evidence. Now, according to the indictment, the Fed seized various freak-off supplies. Now, the freak-offs were essentially orgies that Combs would require women to participate in while he pleasured himself and even electronically recorded these encounters, which has been alluded to under the indictment as well. Now, the indictment says high-ranking security staff, personal assistants, and security and other employees would help arrange these freak-offs. The freak-offs would oftentimes last days, and members of Combs and members of his enterprise transported commercial sex workers across state and international lines. So what was seized during the raids? Well, freak-off supplies, which included 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricants, as well as narcotics. Now, federal agents also seized firearms ammunition, including 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers and a drum magazine. Now, it would go on to say that when facing negative press, Combs and members of Combs's enterprise pressured witnesses and victims through bribery to stay silent and not report these incidents to police. Now, under count 2, the indictment states from 2009 to about 2018, the defendant recruited, enticed, harbored, transported, and solicited by any means a person to engage in commercial sex acts, and Combs recruited, enticed, harbored, transported victim 1 to engage in commercial sex acts unknowingly. Now, under count 3, it alleges that Combs transported an individual in interstate and foreign commerce with intent that the individual engage in prostitution, and transported female victims and commercial sex workers in interstate and foreign commerce on multiple occasions with intent to engage in prostitution. Now, while again Cassie Ventura has not been mentioned within the indictment, a lot of these allegations similarly echo and mirror her allegations that was in her lawsuit in November of 2023, which seemingly had opened the floodgates to this federal indictment, to this investigation that a lot of legal analysts that we've spoken to for over months now have said this indictment was imminent. Now, Mark Agnifilo, who is Diddy's attorney, he spoke earlier today as well too. Now, he didn't speak for very long, but essentially he says that Diddy and himself are very confident while facing these federal charges right now, and they expect to fight this battle. And according to Mark Agnifilo, he plans to fight this battle like hell. Now, Diddy's been swimming in ongoing legal lawsuits, again, dating back to November 2023. While Cassie's lawsuit was settled within a day, that was the only lawsuit that was settled as far as the many lawsuits he faces for sexual misconduct. So let's get into some of these. Most recently, he was sued by an adult film star who was employed to work at his infamous Labor Day party, Adria English, who filed her suit on July 3rd of this year. She claims she was first employed by Combs in 2004 and was groomed into sex trafficking over time. Now, in her suit, she claims her first year of working at Combs' now infamous party in Miami, there was no sinister intent or requirements for physical sexual contact and seemed like a legitimate employment opportunity. So she came back the following year and the year after. But it would be that third party that she worked at that Diddy allegedly demanded she engage in sexual intercourse with party guests after they learned about her adult entertainment past and forced her into sex work. Now, English claims her memories of some of the details are hazy due to her consuming lots of alcohol and drugs, but added in her complaint that the encounters she was forced to endure were so excruciating, she remembers them because they still haunt her to this day. Now, going back to May of this year, April Lampros filed her lawsuit against Combs, accusing him of battery and sexual assault. She says she met Combs in '94 when she was a student at the Fashion Institute of Technology. Lampros claims that Combs promised her to mentor her and shower her with gifts. Now, she says that she endured 4 terrifying sexual encounters with the producer/rapper up until the 2000s. The first incident allegedly occurred in '95 when Combs took her to a hotel and raped her. Lampros claims months after, Combs sent her gifts and flowers, so she decided to give him a second chance. She says during that second incident that allegedly occurred in a parking lot where Combs forced and demanded her to perform oral sex on him. Now, I'm reading these off mainly in the sense that it's showing a pattern. Now, again, while these other alleged victims have not been named within the indictment, what the indictment does say that is that Combs had and exhibited a pattern of abuse towards women, very much so degrading them, making them perform in these heinous acts that were all alleged in the indictment. So I'm kind of going through this one by one to kind of give you an idea of the other allegations that he has faces, not in criminal court, but again in civil lawsuits. Now, later at an event in 2023, Lampros claimed that a man informed her that the person that she was with at an event had seen a tape of her having sex with Combs that was filmed without her consent. Now, 2 days prior to Lampros' suit being filed, Crystal McKinney also filed a lawsuit against Diddy. She claims she met Diddy at a New York Fashion Week event when she was 22 years old and a model. And the suit, McKinney says Combs told her that he would help advance her career. And that is something that was also alleged in the indictment, that Combs had promised these women advancements into their career, as well as kind of also threatening them to take away their career if they didn't abide essentially by his rules. Now, later that same night, she, being Crystal McKinney, alleges that she met Combs at a studio where he gave her a lace joint, alcohol, and followed her to the bathroom, and forced her to perform oral sex on him. Now, after the alleged assault, McKinney believes Combs blackballed her in the modeling industry. Now, she says since she had suffered depression and even attempted suicide. Now, Rodney Jones's lawsuit was filed in federal court in February of this year that accuses Combs and the people who work with him of being a part of an illegal racketeering enterprise. Again, something that was also alleged to the indictment. Now, Jones alleges in his complaint Combs reached out to him for help in 2022 to help him produce songs for his latest album, but Jones claims that the work went far beyond producing. He claims that he was tasked with getting drugs and soliciting sex workers, and Jones alleges Combs would often threaten to inflict bodily harm on him if he didn't comply with the demands. He accuses him of sexual harassment, assault for allegedly grabbing him without his consent, and forcing him to work while Combs paraded around naked. Then there's another suit filed by a woman under the moniker Jane Doe, which was filed in December of last year. Doe alleges she was gang raped and sex trafficked by Combs and former Bad Boys president Harve Pierre when she was just 17 years old and in the 11th grade. Now, while the indictment doesn't mention anything about underage sex with minors or anything like that, the lawsuit that Jane Doe had filed in December of 2023 does do that. Liza Gardner filed her lawsuit against Combs and R&B singer Aaron Hall in November of 2023, alleging the two forced her to have sex with them against her will when she was just 16 years old. Now, she claims she met Combs and Hall at a Jodeci album release party event in New York City. Combs allegedly invited Gardner and her friend to Hall's apartment for an after party, and it was there that Combs coerced her into having sex with him. Now, again, these are just some of the lawsuits that Sean Combs still faces in civil court. Now, again, these charges are very different because this is federal court and these are criminal charges that he faces. Now, right now, prosecutors are not wanting that Sean Combs get off on bail or get out on bond or anything of that.
Justice in the Southern District of New York.
One of the most famous names in the hip-hop world is now facing 3 charges in federal court. Many people have come forward in recent months to accuse Sean Diddy Combs of abuse, sex trafficking, drug possession, and more, but now the federal government is getting involved and promising to bring down the rap mogul's alleged criminal empire. For decades, Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka P. Diddy, Diddy, aka P. D, Love, they throughout the course of this indictment refer to him by his many monikers, the defendant abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on the employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Cassandra Ventura. Because we all know that when that video back in 2016 was released by CNN a few months ago of Sean Combs purportedly beating Cassandra Ventura in a hotel elevator bank, that was publicized for the whole world to see, and he apologized for on Instagram, is mentioned specifically in this indictment. These individuals included certain Combs business employees, such as members of Combs security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and high-ranking supervisors, as well as other close associates of Combs. Now, one of the most startling examples of Combs' alleged control over those around him came from the description of apparent sex parties called freak-offs. This is something that Ventura and others alleged in their lawsuits. During freak-offs, Combs distributed a variety of controlled substances to victims, in part to keep the victims obedient and compliant. Sometimes, unbeknownst to the victims, Combs kept videos he filmed of victims engaging in sex acts with commercial sex workers. After freak-offs, Combs and the victims typically received IV fluids to recover from the physical exertion and drug use. Seized various freak-off supplies, including narcotics, and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant.
P. Diddy's defense attorney is gonna speak to reporters about his appearance in court. Let's listen in.
We want to know, right? Who's gonna be watching Jesse and Delilah? Everybody down front. Who's gonna be watching the kids?
All right. So this was the first step. We have a bail appeal scheduled for tomorrow at 3:30 in front of Judge Carter, the district judge assigned to this case. I think that we made the points that we've been wanting to make. I think it came out. Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent. He came to New York to establish his innocence. He's not afraid. He's not afraid of the charges. There's nothing that the government said in their presentation today that changes anyone's mind about anything. He's been looking forward to this day. He's been looking forward to clearing his name, and he's going to clear his name. And we're going to stand by his side as he does. We believe in him wholeheartedly. He didn't do these things. This was a 10-year relationship. There's no coercion. There's no crime. There's basically just, someone who brought a civil case and now is finding themselves as a witness in a criminal case. And we're going to fight this case with everything we have, as is he. And eventually he's going to be shown to be innocent. And so tomorrow we fight again, and we'll fight every day until we don't have to fight anymore.
Where's he being detained?
Last night instead of today as planned?
I don't know. The question is, why did it happen last night instead of today? I don't know the answer to that question. I just want to make one point very clear. We have no power. All we can do is show good faith. He got on a plane and he came here. And if he stayed here for one day before the case started, or for 1 year before the case started, he was going to stay as long as he needed to stay. It ends up being only 12 days. That's fine. That's what the government wanted to do. The government didn't want him to turn himself in. He came here to turn himself in. Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in. But we're going to make all these points again tomorrow, and we'll make him as much as we can until we get him out. So that's all I have. Huh?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Wait, what was the question? We're appealing. We're no bail. He's detained.
We're appealing it.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're appealing the decision to hold him without bail. Tomorrow at 3:30. 3:30, same place.
Will he be here?
Bail appeal tomorrow at 3:30, same courtroom, different judge. He's doing fine. He's a fighter. He's a fighter, and he's gonna fight this. All right, I'm gonna go.
What does he mean in pain?
I don't get into that stuff.
Okay.
Federal courthouse here in the Southern District of New York. We're here in Lower Manhattan, where, as you can see right behind me, this is the very courthouse where Diddy is set to appear later this afternoon for his arraignment after being arrested just yesterday. As you
See, this is where I'm having a problem at. I'm having a, I don't know why this case always bothered me when I heard about it, because I never watched it, never paid attention to it, just heard some of the things that he had done, and I'm kind of confused as to why he just got arrested yesterday. R. Kelly, Bill Cosby. Well, like, who are these moguls to where they could commit such charges and it takes so long for them to be held accountable? I'm totally, he looked like a scrounge. I don't know what he's trying to show to people. I don't know what he's gearing at with this one, but I'm not feeling the wardrobe with him. But I do see the P. You see the peace signs. Look at his hand. Look at his hand. See his hand right there? That's the peace sign. He's letting them know, we got this, y'all. Make sure y'all pay him off. Look at his fingers. He's been getting away with mistreatment and abuse, not just to just women. This a predator, just like R. Kelly, just like Bill Cosby. I don't give a damn who don't like it. Flick off the channel. This is a predator. He's abusive not only to women. This perverted predator is even abusive to men, because what is it? What's wrong with him? He's scared to come out the closet, get around men and try to act like he too down, my igga. He got it going on like that, but don't want nobody to know that you like wetted in the back. We listen, it's been a rumor for years. Transgenders don't care about coming out the closet. Why did you care? Get Busta Rhymes to join you. Why Busta Rhymes ain't come out the closet yet? I don't know how true it is, but I'm gonna tell you what I heard. Allegedly, said the Queen.
see behind me, several media outlets are...
And the fact that he's behind you, woman, and he think it's cute. He's grinning and skinning. Like what make you think, what makes you think this is funny? Like, what about this that you're going through right now is worth you smiling about? Do you really think you as one person can take all of these people down that don't even really run in the same circle? When they go to reporting on what you did, what you're going to buy all of them off? It's going to be one of them that's not going to take the money. I mean, I don't know, though, because they'll take $10 if you give it to them.
Arraignment after being arrested just yesterday. As you can see behind me, several media outlets are here. Us here at Law and Crime.
And he looked like he done lost a little bit of weight. Don't go to getting sick now. Don't go to acting like your whole life is in a torment. Your life should have been a torment when you were torturing women and men. You should have been in a torment. Now you want to walk around and go to losing weight. What about all the other people that done lost weight behind your abuse? What about the other people that's scarred for the rest of their life because you just assaulted them, and it wasn't just you by yourself. You had a flock of them.
CNN is here, Reuters is here, AP is here. There are several media outlets. Now, these are all three of Diddy's sons, seemingly who had come here to support their father. Now, they came in a little bit before 11 o'clock this morning.
And I hate to say this, and those not going to like me for saying it, but that's on you. The apple don't never fall too far from the tree. The apple does not fall too far for the tree. Any, meeny, miny, mo. Which one of y'all got to go? The apple don't fall too far from the tree. Your daddy did it, your daddy did it, and your daddy did it to multiple women, including probably one of y'all mamas. So while y'all sitting up there giving daddy a hug, y'all should have been asking daddy, why would you treat a woman like that? She brought you here. Daddy, is it true that you beat on my mama? See, that's what I'm telling y'all. The apple don't fall too far for the tree. And then you get these boys and you go to brainwashing them and then make them submissive to your words. And then guess what? One of them going to fall right along the line of being abusive. Now, how would you explain this to your daughters? Should you explain to your daughters that, hey, daddy did it to other women, but I don't want no men to do it to you? How do you explain that to your daughter, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean, Combs, with all your 1,000 names? That's why you kept changing names so many times. You didn't know who you wanted to be. You was trying to come out the closet, so you had to start with your name. Look at this face. There's nothing other than sinister that I see out of him. I've always felt like that from him for years. It was something about him. Anybody that know me or know I've never clicked or bonded with him. I mean, some of the music, like a couple of songs that he had with Keisha Cole. Other than that, I've never bonded with him personally. You know how you can get like a Tony Braxton, or you can get like a Kenny Rogers, because I like them all. You can get Young Thug, you can get one of them, Future, and you kind of can connect with them even through, not just through their music, you can kind of connect with them. I've never connected with this guy. There always had seemed to be something that was never befitting with me in him. This is a true controlling narcissist. And I can imagine all the men that go along with this behavior and think it was okay, because you would not believe the amount of black men went along with the behavior from R. Kelly. Oh, those little kids was being grown. You right, little kids. R. Kelly had the right to say no because you're underage, and I, as the adult, can get in trouble for it. The difference between him and this dope head right here, he didn't deal with underage people. He just abused them verbally, mentally, physically. I'm gonna get on them too. Nobody's free. Whichever one of y'all, I hope that neither one of you are a figment of your father. The apple never falls too far from the tree. And I'm not making this up. The apple don't fall too far from the tree. Any, meeny, miny, mo. Which one of y'all got to go? And I guarantee you I could probably point them out.
We saw them kind of walk inside the courthouse. Now, but what we didn't see also was Diddy's daughters here.
Of course, you're not going to see his daughters. I wonder if he even explained this to his daughters. I mean, because why would he tell his daughter this? He kicked somebody else's daughter down to pieces so bad until, you know, he stripped their whole soul. So why would he tell his daughters that? He wouldn't want his daughters to believe or even know or even insinuate or even think that he's a dirty monster. Why would he want his daughters to know that? I mean, those are the ones we protect. That's what a lot of black men do. They protect their daughters. They'll protect their moms. But for some reason, they have this hatred towards the woman, their wife, their girlfriend. And I don't understand where such hatred come from. It's really a despicable disgrace.
Now, remember, we have to remember that they are a lot younger, so it's unlikely that they will make an appearance here. But again, his 3 sons are here in support of him. Now, prosecutors just got done with their press conference. Let's play a little bit of that.
Didn't get his way. He was violent. And
he was allowed to not get his way because he had money. And just to look at him and see how funny it is, I don't see what really is funny about any of this.
Subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs.
Now, I'm going to tell you where I'm falling short right here. I'm falling short on this picture, and if I was anywhere near Bobby Brown, I tell you, I would get them for every dollar I could take on the free side. Why every time they show this man right here, why do they include Bobby Brown and they know that man done gained a little weight? He don't even look the same no more. He looked like he had him a Colt 45 and kind of chased it with a little bit of naughty head. And they got this man up here like this, and he should be livid. He should be livid, and he should go back to this news station and say, wait a minute, why do y'all have me on all the pictures of this man? Are you insinuating something? Hey, Bobby, did you have anything to do with this? Because you know I'm questioning Jay-Z. I'm waiting for it to break, baby. Because Beyonce, don't cover up, girl. You a sweet girl. Don't cover up, because I'm going to tell you, it's going to hit you in the wrong way. Y'all can come for me, all your beehives, if you want to. Come on. Tell Beyonce, don't cover up for her husband if he's involved, because one thing about a snitch, he's going to snitch. He might be bad boy for life, but the way he behind them men look like he's a good boy for a reason. He took somebody else from the butt. You think he won't stick you there too? He done beat up a whole lot of women in his days, look like. I'm glad I wasn't a part of that. But I just don't understand why y'all keep showing Bobby Brown on here. We need to understand why. And Bobby, if you out there listening to anybody or you done watched all of this, you should ask them, get your damn name. Please take my face off of it. Y'all don't have no picture of this man by himself. Like, of all the people, why did y'all put him? And as you see, there's another picture where it's him and Bobby Brown. What are you insinuating? Hey, from what I see, they trying to tell me that Bobby must be got something to do with it, because I know this not the only picture of Puff Daddy or Sean Combs, whatever his damn name is. This is not the only picture of this man by himself. This is not the only picture by himself. He's not even by himself. This is not the only picture of him by himself. So why do you have Bobby Brown on there? What are you insinuating?
And that Combs hit, kicked.
So if Combs hit and kick, why do you have Bobby Brown on there while you're expressing that? Bobby Brown looking like, man, I ain't got nothing to do with that man. All I wanted was my whiskey. That man don't have nothing to do with this.
Objects at and drag victims, at times by their hair.
Now I want to take you.
I want to know what gave this one human being the right to do the things that he's done. What's that other guy named the Einstein guy? Einstein? Jeff? How was he any different? The only difference is these kids weren't, those girls were underage. These are adults that he doped up and got them in a certain stage in order for them to do what he wanted done. That's the only difference. So money has that much power to where everybody around him wouldn't even protect the people that they were supposed to be protecting so that they could make $1, and half of them probably don't even got the money anymore. So they basically protected him just like they did Bill Cosby, just like they did R. Kelly. Who's next? Who's next? So we got Bill Cosby that was doping women. He got off. We got R. Kelly that was a sexual predator for underage girls. He got off. And now we got an adult predator that felt like drugging a woman or a man and then I guess slapping their behinds into submission was his route. I mean, how many people do we got to run from in this world?
A little bit of the indictment that was released just this morning. Now, under count 1.
So if you see him looking like this, I'm kind of concerned as to why did he show up for court with that droopy shirt on, that sweater on like that? Was that a Sean John sweater? Why did he show up in the clothes that he showed up in? Like what point you trying to make? You're an abuser. It doesn't matter how you come there. You might as well take some of your Rolex watches. Hey, would you send me one, please? Just email me. I need the money. But you can't take none of that with you. You better know that.
Prosecutors say that the defendant abused, threatened, and coerced women and others to fulfill his sexual desires.
For decades, he abused, threatened, coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires. Isn't that the same thing that Bill Cosby did? Isn't that the same thing that R. Kelly was doing? Now here you go. You're doing the same thing. You guys have sexual desires. What's wrong? Wait a minute. I need to go back to Kevin Samuels. Are these the particular eligible men that women are supposed to be submissive to in order for us to get attention from them, just to get our ass beat behind closed doors. Are these the men? Okay, these aren't over 100, because he make like $100,000 is so much money to make a year. Okay, Puff Daddy, Diddy, or whatever his name is, look how much money he make. Is it worth the ass whooping? I guess it was, because look how many women flocked to him. These women, you got to hold yourself accountable. You were in that industry. Danger from Ray J. Look at the video. And then when things don't go right and stuff like that, then you want to come out the woodwork. I think the one Audrey O'Day or Obey, whatever her name was, she came out, and for a while she's been saying that this monster was a monster. She said he's way worse than what you will ever know. So everybody holding secrets. Where the whistleblower at? Why you ain't go blow the whistle on this man? He wasn't no different than the judge that was very racist. Go look at my other video. How is he any different? Beating and abusing people like this. He got money, so that meant he bought the police off and all, because you're not going to tell me it took these policemen this long. State attorney, you guys are no good. You come after the ones that can't fight you back, and then the ones that could pay you off, that's who you sit with. See, this isn't right. This is actually one of those videos, whether you like it or not. And some might turn off and some might stay tuned. But this is one of the things where this honestly, and I'm being honest with you all, this is one of my turnoffs about Kamala Harris. It literally is one of my turnoffs, just to know that she came from the state attorney side. You know, there's really innocent people out there that she caused harm to. And I have yet to really hear her apologize for it. I haven't heard her speak. I don't watch her. I don't listen to her. And the same thing I'm going to tell you about Trump. I don't watch him. But I know more about Trump because he was in office before. I can't tell you anything about Kamala. Because I decided when I make my decision on who I'm going to vote for, I decided I don't want to hear anything, because the first thing you only voting for her because she's a woman. You're only voting for her because she's black. See, that's why you can't put all of us in the same boat. For me to know that such a state attorney was quick to throw someone in jail, guilty or not. I mean, most of the time, a lot of them wasn't even guilty. Or if they were guilty, I mean, the crime, the punishment didn't fit the crime. And then now you want me to trust that getting in the office, you're going to do the right thing? No, I'm going through a case right now when I know for a fact the state attorney, you're holding on to a case. It's like they got this monitor around my neck. Y'all don't know how I feel. This monitor literally is around my neck. And every time I think about it, I can't hold Kamala for what happened to me. But I can say this. She also came from the state attorney side. What you going to do? Get in the office and flip-flop? Trump ain't out of the woods, because I don't appreciate all this immigrant stuff. Anything you can hold your hand on to. Then you run with that in the story. Immigration. How do y'all really decide who you want to vote for? This is a state attorney's office. They got plenty of complaints about this man. It probably could have been stopped long time ago, because the young lady Audrey, she been talking about this. It's been in the news. State attorney never wanted to get her side of the story. Why? Because they could get bought out by certain people. And then they crap on people like me. They crap on people like you that don't have the money. How do you trust the Republicans, or how do you trust Democrat? Y'all tell me which one you trust. It's the state attorney's office that never filed charges. Or are you saying that's from the federal? But no, there were cases that didn't make it to Fed yet. There's a lot that this man did on the local level where the state attorney office did nothing. It takes you back to, what are you going to do for me if you become my president? And don't ask me nothing about who I'm voting for. And if you want to know, you can ask me, though. I definitely will answer you. Neither one of them show me where they could be trusted, if you want me to be honest. That's who I'm voting for. Somebody gear me in the right direction. This guy's disgusting. I really don't even need to hear the rest of it. I really just wanted to bring the story to you because there's so much I can stop and rebuttal. But why? He's in a world of trouble. And I will hope that the feds do the right thing to take him down. He's a sexual predator, and he got to beat and abuse and manipulate and drug and do all these type of things. Have people gang rape, trafficking women. That's disgusting. He got money. I mean, what kind of sexual predator is that? Like, you have a sexual desire that bad where you can't get it the right way without, I mean, is your sexual desire to see someone in pain? Like, who had you in pain? Was he molested by anybody? Was he raped by someone? Like, what turned this man into this monster? Like, when in his life he decided that he wanted to be a monster like this? It wasn't just the money. He already had this in him. It was just like R. Kelly. Y'all already had it in you while you got people out there supporting you, giving you money, buying your merchandise. And then you're in the meanwhile, you're beating the other side to a pulp and we not even knowing it because we're there supporting you because what we see is what we believe.
Protect his reputation and conceal his conduct. Now, officials say that Combs relied on employees, resources, and influence of his business empire that led and controlled creating a criminal
So I want to know, where's everybody else at? Why was his name the only name named? There should be other people in this lawsuit as well, in this indictment. Like, why is he the only one? They're not, I'm sure they didn't get any information from Sean Diddy Holmes yet. I know they didn't get any information from him yet. So the people that things have happened to, why have they not gotten other names to put those people out there as well? So what, they not going to go and tell that they did something now? Sassy cats. Submissive sassy cats. They ran behind him for $1 and barely even got none from him. Because he probably had them in check too. But I guarantee you, those are the type of men that be on social media bashing black women and beating us to a pulp and can't even tell the black man, no thank you, I don't go down like that. Kool-Aid.
The defendant, who again is Sean Combs, he's the only one who has been listed under the indictment.
Yeah, wonder why. Wonder why, state attorney. Y'all ain't had nothing else to do. Wasn't no other name, so Sean did this all by himself, all by him lonesome. He drugged him up, bought the dope, paid for him, got him there. He had everything situated. It wasn't no entourage with him. What y'all hide, not for real. And then on top of that, for me to hear, y'all remember some part in this, because I'm not going all the way to the end, because it has gotten boring for me. If he would have been talking and saying something slick out the mouth, then yes, I want to go and get his ass. But this is boring for me. This is how I would hope that this is tied in the bow tie. And I'm really just running my chatterbox mouth. But I do want to know, why is his name the only one on there? Why is there no one else that's a part of this? What happens now? So now that you got him in the chokehold, all the other people that's a part of the organization, they get to keep the organization going? Like, what happens at this point? Who's really going to stop this organization? Because they don't have P. Diddy money. However, I'm sure they've made money throughout this and they're still making money. So where are the other names to be indicted on? Why is there only one name? He did not supply all of this stuff. What happened to the bouncers, the bodyguards? What happened to the maids and the service people inside the houses? Somebody played other intricate roles to this.
Operated his businesses in Manhattan as well as Los Angeles, and they
go ahead.
Some of his businesses. Now, Diddy, they say, engaged in persistent and pervasive pattern of abuse toward women and other individuals.
We'll talk about that in a second. Well, I need to make sure things don't go astray. I don't need y'all sending him to Florida. I remember, listen, I pay attention very well, and I needed to get back to this one because I told you I'm not going to watch this in the end. Don't send him to Florida. Y'all got all these other, hey, I ain't being funny. Send them to Ohio. They got a big enough problem. Maybe they'll be able to control them over there. Send him to Ohio, where Trump is saying there's a big old widespread problem with these Haitian immigrants. Send him over there. He's only one more person that have to join the neighborhood. Maybe one of the Haitians will hit him driving. I don't know. Listen, y'all don't shoot me. I'm only telling y'all what the people said. Now, it ain't my fault. Did I do that? It ain't my fault. I mean, you got people that got music like that. What's that man name that sang that song? He said it ain't his fault. I mean, they get to act right. I mean, it's not like those guys haven't been to jail is my point. I forgot his name. But they not around here doing this type of abuse and bodily harm on people. And I'm wondering in this man's head, when he seen the Jeff Epstein case, if I said the name wrong, y'all put it in the comments. If he said that case, if he seen that case on the news, and that been about 3, 4, 5 years ago. At what point did he think he needed to get it together because eventually someone was going to fall suit on him? Like he was that above the law? Did y'all support him that much to where he really thought that he couldn't be taken down? That's the problem with giving somebody any kind of leverage, money. They do not know how to act. And you got people like us that say, listen, Lord, if I could just get this right here, I'll be happy. If I could have just this much money in my bank account, if I could just live this way, and I'll do right. And you got these people where things is handed to them on a silver platter. This man had cologne. He got alcohol. He got property. He had, I remember, if I'm not mistaken, y'all tell me, I think he even had a reality show. And you mean to tell me he don't know how to act? And he'll rather be around here abusing and paying people to literally beat and torture people. So anytime you talk about trafficking and stuff like that on the news, he's a trafficker. That didn't even faze him. He was sitting there laughing. You know why? He getting all the updates on the news so he know which way to sway. He need more than that type of charge.
They allege that Diddy manipulated women to participate in
Man, come on, women. I understand what y'all saying, but
sexual activity.
Here's my problem with that. I understand these ladies have been manipulated to a certain point, but come on, ladies, I need you all to hold yourself accountable. You got into this situation because you thought the grass was greener on the other side. I get it that you looked and you seen, hey, this man said he could advance my career. You wanted everything easy for you, so you went down the easy road and didn't realize down that road, you got some real bumps and you got some hurdles. And you got so far deep in it, you didn't know how to come out of it because you were tossed up between the good side of it but I don't like this part, but it don't happen every day. I'm not taking my heart away from y'all. And if there were any women that were trafficked here, because I believe some of the people that he worked for, he took advantage of them. But those other ladies where you knew what game you were playing with this man, I need you to hold yourselves accountable. Just say you got tired of it. You got tired of it because the abuse started getting worse, or it was fun when we first started doing it. And say that. Don't just say basically he just came and snatched your wig and then made you do this and that or the other. I do believe there are women out there that did that, but a lot of you that's trying to speak up now, I need y'all to just take accountability for yourself as well. This man wouldn't get away with no more than what people allowed him to. And if enough of y'all banded together and had a voice together, he would have been taken down. But it wasn't about taking him down. It was about the money for a lot of y'all. It was about the excitement. It's about being in a luxurious world. It's about being all there with the sex, the drugs, and in Beverly Hills and Hollywood and Holly Dolly places and all of those things. And you got caught up. And some of you wanted more from him and he probably wasn't providing that. I just need you to hold yourself accountable as well. He's still a sexual predator. He's still a pervert, if you ask me. He's an abuser. He's sinister. He's so many different things in one. I'm telling you on your end to hold yourselves accountable as well.
sex workers. Now, Combs,
not like those sex workers and stuff like that, like those maids and stuff. I can understand a lot of the times they in there, they got their, you know, they're really trying to keep their job, this, that, and the other, and they really doing it for a reason. Plus, they pressured into it. They don't want to leave their jobs, and a lot of them didn't even have anybody to talk to.
allegedly would even fly out these commercial sex workers to his location. Under the indictment, they allege Diddy committed.
And what is a sex worker anyway? So sex people, can y'all tell me if a sex worker is aware that she's going to be working with sex? I done told y'all Kool-Aid, I think. Has anybody out there ever heard of a sex worker? What is a sex worker? Is that someone that's working for sex, or someone that know that they're going to be giving up sex for the work? I'm kind of confused, because they're trying to label, oh, he flew the sex workers out there. So when, oh, you flew the sex workers out there. So are you saying the sex workers knew that they were considered sex workers, and they knew what their role was, and how much they was going to get paid, and how long they was going to be there, and what all they was going to be doing, and if they had a choice to not be there or not? You telling me that's what happened? Okay.
Physical abuse, which federal
I'm sure all that didn't come with physical abuse.
Known and alluded to the Cassie video that was released on CNN just some.
Is that someone y'all really think that you will really look at and not feel something wrong? I'm telling y'all, it was something about this man so long ago. I could never connect with this person. Never. I never connected with him. And I'm going to tell you, one of the songs with Keisha Cole, I cannot remember the song, but on the end of one of the songs, he said that, yeah, he'll come over there and he'll F you up and ... And when I swear, when he said that, it always made me feel like he was like, and I looked at his mouth and I said to myself, I said, there's something about him. He actually mean that. But there was nothing ever that I knew was in the news, because this was years ago when he made that song with Keisha Cole. And when he said that in the end, I never, ever, ever thought, I'm like, I believe he'll do something like that. And then when they start breaking news for real with R. Kelly, I heard the song again. And I said again, I don't think that I really believe that he mean that. I believe that that's something that he would really do. I'm going to tell y'all, because I know y'all think that I'm joking. And I literally got that song. Because I normally listen, like when I go, you know, I got my slot channel, so when I go listen to my slot music, I play one of these songs while I'm sitting on my slot machine. But I'm gonna look for that song, and I'm gonna try to add that song in on the end, just that piece, and you will hear exactly what I mean. I always thought that there was something wrong with this guy. Never. My mind never was in a good space with him. Never. Let me see. Let's see. Now, y'all know I'm just learning about YouTube, so bear with me. Y'all do know I had to learn how to edit on my own. I learned how to edit like a month ago. Yes, when y'all be seeing these botched up videos, just know it ain't that I can't correct it. It's that I don't want to correct it, because I want to give y'all the altruistic me. If that's what I do, then that's what I do. So, anyway.
Months ago. Now, the indictment says on numerous occasions, at least spanning since 2009 and continuing for years, Diddy would assault women by striking, punching, throwing objects.
And that's my thing right there. So you're telling me no one is a witness to none of this? So his name is the only damn name on the indictment? This is the song. It's coming on. Keisha Cole. You're telling me that there's no other names on that indictment? No names. Just him. He's the only one. I know y'all listening to it. Hold on. Last night. So you know what? At least y'all got a good song out of it. I'm going to still try it again. Let's see.
And kicking them. They alluded to one instance around March 2016 where Combs dragged, kicked, and threw a vase at a woman. Now, while Cassie wasn't mentioned under the indictment, it very much so echoes her 2023 lawsuit against Diddy that we all know was settled within a day after it was filed in federal.
So, even though they had the video of him in the hotel when he did that to her, and then he went on and he even apologized. For me, I wonder why the state attorney couldn't even use that as evidence with or without her as a witness. I mean, because at that point, to me, the video is the witness, right? Or no? A police officer, y'all chime in and tell me, why were they not able to use the footage from the hotel to even bring charges against him? That's kind of weird to me, too. It's like, again, it's just another reason for me to feel like they like to cover up when it's for certain socialites.
Court. Now, the indictment goes on to say when hotel employees intervened, Diddy paid them off to ensure their silence. And his abuse wasn't just towards women, it extended to his employees and witnesses to his abuse.
So he was one person that literally got away with abusing probably hundreds and hundreds of people. And nobody was able to bring him down. It's stuff like that that always be so weird to me. Like, how do you end up getting that scared of one person? Like, it doesn't sound right to me. It doesn't sound right, and it doesn't make sense to me.
Now, his LA home, which was listed for about $70 million just last week, and his Miami home were rated.
Florida has a near total abortion ban.
Lubricants as well as narcotics. Now, federal agents also seized firearms ammunition, including 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers and after they learned about her adult entertainment past and forced her into sex work.
Now, her
the many lawsuits he faces for sexual misconduct. So let's get into some of these. Most recently, he was sued by an adult film star who was employed.
I told y'all I wasn't making it up. I wasn't making it up. I knew when I heard that song and they played the end of it, I never was fond of it. That part, I never was fond of it because I always felt inside like I didn't feel like he was this abusive, but I felt like he was an abusive narcissist. Back to you, girl. You knew exactly what you were doing. You're jumping on the bandwagon. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not saying she didn't go through nothing. And I'm not saying it just because she was in the sex industry. I'm saying it because I'm just looking at her and her story not going to add up. She gonna have to go through a little bit more than that, but she might slip in because there's other cases. But for me, I'm telling you, I felt like she knew exactly what she was doing. She knew what she was getting into. Now, I'm not gonna say at some point or another it probably didn't get hard for her still doing it, but she knew exactly what was entailed and what was involved. Why do I know that? Number one, she know the industry. Number two, I'm sure if she was in it like that, she also knew other people that had been abused and sex trafficked. She liked the money, she wanted the money, and she thought she could handle it. Moving on.
2004 and was May of this year, April Lampros filed her lawsuit against Combs, accusing him of battery and sexual assault. She says she met Combs in '94 when she was a student at the Fashion Institute of Technology. Lampros claims that...
I'm not understanding. So if she met him all the way back then, there should be a police report where she reported this assault from him. Whether they did anything or not, there should be a report. If you were that distraught, there has to be a report. But then again, I guess you're going to tell me your age prohibited you from doing that. But I would like to know, did you see him anymore after that?
Combs promised her to mentor her and shower her with gifts. Now, she says that she endured 4 terrifying sexual encounters with the producer/rapper up until the 2000s. The first incident allegedly occurred in '95 when Combs took her to a hotel and raped her. Lampros claims months after, Combs sent her gifts and flowers so she...
Again, here we go again with Bobby Brown. Why y'all got that man picture up there? Back to this lady. 4 times? Now you about to tell us about the second time? I'm telling y'all about the second time they done showed Bobby Brown face on here, and this man should be distraught at being pinned together with this. He have enough battles with why Whitney gone. Now you gonna put him up here and make the man look like he's a sexual predator just like his buddy? No, that's not right. And you know that man over there was bisexual. What y'all trying to say about these two? That's not right.
She decided to give him a second chance.
Why would you give him a second chance if he raped you and you were that shocked? That, come on, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. We want to believe y'all, but we need y'all to, the people that really been hurt, we want y'all to come forward. The rest of y'all that just trying to get y'all a free pass, we want y'all to haul ass. Get your pass and haul ass. That's what we want you to do. Go on, little girl. You ain't gonna go around the block 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 times, you know, because he did it to me. No. Get your little fast ass on, because you knew good and well what you was getting into. Also, you in the last one, I don't trust y'all to. I want to talk to people where I'm gonna be right there in their head. I can't even relate, and I can't relate to those two. I can't. I don't want to hear nothing like, oh yeah, but she was 17. Okay, did y'all not hear we going on round number 2? She did it. She allowed it 4 times. She knew what she was doing. I really don't want to hear no more from her.
During that second incident that allegedly occurred in a parking lot where Combs forced and demanded her to perform oral.
He forced and demanded you. So first he raped you the first time without your consent. And then here's the second time. He's forced and raped you and made you do this, that, and the other. It better not be a third time.
Now, I'm reading these off mainly in the sense that it's showing a pattern. Now, again, all these other alleged victims have not been...
Why didn't you finish the 4th one? See, you guys trying to report certain news. I want you to report the right news. Don't waver in between, because you're gonna make me do you like that story I had to do in Houston with this lady talking about she was drugged. She's talking about she was drug raped. She was drugged by Xanax.
Within the indictment, what the indictment does say that is that Combs had and exhibited a pattern of abuse.
Y'all been knew that there was a pattern of abuse from this psycho. Don't get on the news now because it's blown up. Nah, y'all want to go to talking loud. That's why you had to come up here and tell us all the other news stations. I was like, why is she telling us? She should mind her business. She had to tell us, go back and rewind it. She had to tell us every single news station that was there. The reason why she had to tell us every news station that was there, because she don't believe in really what all she's reporting. She's looking at that. She's a black woman. Trust me, we know each other. She's saying, now I don't believe her, but she's forced into reporting this story. So now she's mixing the truth with a damn white lie. That's a bad lie.
Towards women, very much so degrading them, making them perform in these heinous Jodeci album release party event in New York.
Why did this man come to court like that? Why?
City Combs
1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Can you believe this? In or about March 2024, during searches of Combs resident in Miami. Get him out. Why would y'all bring him to Miami? We got enough pedophiles and perverts here. Please don't add a rich one. Not another one. I had Epstein and Trump on one side of me. I'm sitting slap dab in the middle for real. You got Trump and Epstein over here to the right of me, and then right there to the left of me. I can't even go this way right here because now you done put Puffy Combs over there. Everybody on some sort of side. They on that side of me. One on this side of me and the other one on that side of me. Can y'all put them in front so they can leave? Get them up out of here. I don't got nowhere else to go. They got more places to go than me. Like, really? What is he doing in Miami, Florida? I got to deal with DeSantis. I got to deal with Trump's ass. I got to deal with Puffy Combs. Epstein done left. I mean, come on, man. Y'all got to give me a break. I did not know this man was here. He about 45 minutes away from me. My goodness. In Los Angeles, California, law enforcement seized various freak-off supplies, including narcotics, 1,000 bottles worth of baby oil. That in itself should be a crime. That should be a charge. Baby oil and lubricant, over 1,000 bottles. There's nothing you can manufacture from that. State attorney, y'all better wake up.
And lubricant.
This is where P. Diddy's defense attorney is gonna speak to reporters about his appearance in court. Let's listen in. Okay.
Say hi.
You can tell he don't believe in this case. Just watch this.
Who's gonna be watching Jesse and Delilah? Everybody get out front. Who's gonna be watching the kids?
All right. So,
Anytime your attorney come up and he go to smiling like this, like a horse, and he can't stop smiling, you can best believe he said, "Man, I hope I can get away with this right here, because I hope they believe me." He know good and damn well he don't believe that case himself. I promise you. He done told Puffy, we got a long fight ahead of us, and there's too many allegations, but we'll do what we could do. But I got a feeling that you might just want to be housed with R. Kelly. At least y'all two know each other.
this was the first step.
Bill
we
Cosby
we have a bail appeal scheduled for tomorrow at 3:30 in front of Judge Carter, the district judge assigned to this case. I think that we made the points that we've been wanting to make.
But you didn't make a point, though. The only point that you're making is that he's back in New York. Of course he gonna come back to New York. I mean, who ain't gonna tell the police where he at? This is right now the only case that you're arguing is that he came on his own free will. So why did they issue a warrant?
I think he came out. Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end.
Of course he's a fighter. Did you not hear these people say how many ass he whooped a day? This man was whooping ass, he was whooping ass a day. What you mean? This man is a fighter. We all know he's a fighter. That's why we're watching you right now, idiot. See that? It's things like this where you even got to watch the best attorneys. Why would you say that? Now you're going to be on Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Jones, whatever that man name. I told y'all I don't really watch the news and stuff. He came out laughing. Then gonna say he's a fighter. We know he's a fighter. He done whip men ass. He done whip women asses. He done whip dogs asses. He probably done whip his attorney's ass. Come on, man. The only ass he ain't beat is them daughters of his. Because he don't want nobody to whip their ass, even though he whooping somebody else's daughter ass.
He came to New York to establish his...
No, he came to New York because he didn't want no more charges pressed against him, Mr. Attorney. Because we don't have Puffy here to defend himself, so I guess I have to go after you on this particular segment.
Innocence, he's not afraid.
He shouldn't be afraid. He's whooped a whole lot of ass along the way. Why would he be afraid? There's nothing for him to be afraid of. Remember, he had all his big dogs with him. He wasn't scared then. Why would he be scared now over a little judge? He shouldn't be scared over 2 charges. I mean, what are those 2 charges worth? He wasn't scared when he was whooping Cassie's ass, kicking her all around the hotel room. And I can't believe you're about to defend him. Look at her. Did he get you too?
Not afraid of the charges.
He shouldn't be afraid of the charges. He created the charges. There's nothing for him to be afraid of. When you create something, what are you afraid of? You already know what it's about. You've been beaten ass. You got charges for assaulting. You got a charges for rape. You got a charge for trafficking. You got a charge for drugging. You got so many charges. What would you be afraid of? Aren't you familiar with all of that? Didn't you traffic? Didn't you rape? Didn't you drug? Didn't you abuse? What would he be afraid of? You need to be careful what you say when you come out to the round table. All you're doing is giving a reason for the state attorney. If they're a good state attorney, you're giving them a reason to fight. Because if they can't answer the questions that I'm saying right now, they're not fighters.
There's nothing that the government said in their...
Why is there nothing that the government said that would affect him? So he wasn't abusive. He didn't traffic. He didn't whoop ass. He didn't probably keep people from eating. He didn't do any of that. So there's nothing that the government said. You got to be kidding me. It's not what the government didn't say. Maybe we should find out what the government did say.
Today that changes anyone's mind about it.
What do you mean it's not going to change anyone's mind? If you got 25 plaintiffs against him, that's 25 minds right there. Hey, you got mine too. You can't change my mind. He's guilty. There's nothing you're going to be able to tell me. Just like we looked at Bill Cosby, just like we looked at R. Kelly, now we're going to look at him. What we really need to be focusing on right now, because this is cut and closed, what we really should be focused on right now is who's the next one that's coming down. See, because what y'all need to pay attention to, the Lord trying to show you it doesn't come in just one color. It's black man time. They've been blanked. They listen, I don't care what nobody say. They've been bringing white men down. White men have been coming down. But what we forgot was it's the black men that keep us enslavement in homes and stuff. Look at what Bill Cosby did. Look at what R. Kelly did. Now look at what this man did. Who else is out there? There's somebody else. Who's going to tell it? Blow the whistle. Blow it. This case should be shut and closed. But he's going to go to trial and try to pay off all of the jurors and stuff like that. And y'all better catch him. There's nothing else really to talk about. Y'all got what y'all looking for? More witnesses? Come out the closet, y'all. Y'all better come out if y'all want to be free. He beat y'all ass a long time. He's guilty. He's guilty. He created these charges. Yeah, he probably got a big fan load. They coming for me, and that's good. There's going to be a lot of people that's defending him. Oh, we don't know if he did it. We don't know. Okay, so all these people telling the same lies on him? It don't work like that. Somebody in all those lies got to be telling the truth. What we really need to be looking for right now is who's next. Jay-Z, you coming? Who's next? Who else is holding secrets? Y'all bodyguards, y'all bodyguarding the wrong things. Y'all need to start seeing something, telling something. Y'all been beating and abusing women a long time. And then when you really look at it, it's like y'all been taking the most beautiful women and beating them up. How? You want a beautiful woman. That lady Cassie, she's beautiful. So you would rather beat her up, break her jaw, bust her nose, black eyes, and take her beauty away. So what do you get to see on the outside of that other than bruises? Y'all black men talk about a lot of things. Let me hear you talk about this on your channels. He's guilty.
He's been looking forward to this day.
He should have been looking forward to this day. He done whooped a lot of ass for a lot of days before this. He been tearing ass up for the longest. What do you mean? He should have been looking forward to this. When Jeff Epstein got brought down, he should have been looking forward to it since that day, because he should have known somebody was going to open the gates and it was going to flood on in. You know what he going to do next? He'll recruit everybody to make sure that, now see, somebody told me the other day, you know, the only reason why Democrats going to win all the votes is because they got celebrities backing them. This for the letter M. They got celebrities backing them. They put girls on there and make them shake and twist for Kamala Harris' little get-together campaign, you know, and they paid $50,000. And that's why all the black people voting for her, because she shows celebrities. Okay, right now y'all got another celebrity. Get P. Diddy on your side. Get P. Diddy on your side. That's one of y'all ploys. Listen, I'm only saying because they saying that Kamala Harris got one strike against her. Oh, she getting celebrities to come out and people gonna go along with celebrities, so that's why she got a lot of the black votes. That's what I heard just a couple of nights ago. I said, well, why don't you have any celebrities? I'll be damned. He got arrested last night. Perfect celebrity. So now y'all got a reason to get all y'all members to vote for Trump. Push celebrity Combs out there. And then what you'll do, you'll get Trump in the office, and then what he gonna do? He'll pardon. What are you gonna do? Pardon him? If that's how it's supposed to go, hey, I'm only putting y'all out there of what they might be trying to do. I'm not sure about Harris and I'm not sure about Trump, because both of them slick to me. Y'all leave it in the comments if I'm wrong.
Been looking forward to clearing his name.
He should be looking forward to clearing his name, but what he should be doing is clearing his soul. His name is going to be tarnished forever at this point. He'll be changing his damn name again. But the fact that he's a celebrity, it'll never go away.
And he's going to clear his name.
I want to see him clear his name. Or are we talking about clearing his name, or are we really talking about changing his name? Because once he's done with this, if he even is able to change a name again, because I think once you're in the pen, you can't be doing all those different changes and tattoos, even though they get tatted up more than they get at home. But I'm saying he might come out with some more tattoos, but I don't think he's coming out with a John Doe name.
And we're going to stand by his side as he does.
Of course you're going to stand by his side as long as he got the money to pay you. Let's keep it real. You know you don't really have a defense. Who are you going to defend him against? All the people that say he molested them, raped him, assaulted them, drugged them, beat them, hit them. Who are you? Got a list of people. Right now you're only looking at one person, but you know in your heart there's more than one. Did you tell that man the truth? And how much did y'all think he really got paid to represent him? He's going to be his attorney. As long as the money there.
We believe in him wholeheartedly.
You believe in his money. Let's keep it real. Let's say I believe in his money because he's paying us very well. He's one of our top high profile people, defendants that we're going to be defending. So even if that dude is behind the bars and stuff like that, guess what's going to happen? We can go after his assets because he got money coming from everywhere. You already know you hit a gold mine. You know you really can't even defend him. You should just not take his money. But I guess any defense is better than none.
He didn't do these things.
How do you know he didn't do these things? So you're telling me that all of these women are making that up, and the men? What man really want to come out and say another man forced himself in him? And he still got to be a man when he walk around. What men are going to come out and say that? So you're telling me that you got all of these men that have become so submissive that they will let someone like P. Diddy insert himself and basically rape him and take his manhood from him because he can't stand black women now. Y'all don't forget that. But he'll let somebody like P. Diddy insert himself in him, take his manhood, take his voice, and the only time he get a voice is when he come back around the black woman. But then he'll get on TV or he'll get with the state attorney's office and make it up. A real man would do that. So you're telling me, I'm glad you're looking at me, both of you. You know you're defending a dirty dirt buster. And it's all about the money for you because you know he's guilty.
This was a 10-year relationship.
No, you're talking about a relationship. What about the other 35 of them? That's just some of the people that told it. You know, if there's other lawsuits that's in the trail. You took this case because it was just about the money you can make real quick.
No coercion. There's no crime.
There's no crime. So trafficking isn't a crime. Drugging isn't a crime. Doping someone up, I guess that goes along with drugging. So nope, that ain't a crime. I mean, whooping their tail, that's not a crime. I mean, punching them, that's definitely not a crime. Wonder what's a crime. I'm gonna have to Google that one.
Basically just,
basically just, I mean, that's like the white lady the other day when she hit the little boy. Oh, what did you run? You ran in front of my car. Oh, so I'm going to jail just because I was trying to go get his mom? Basically, you taking this case like it's nothing. So the people that have been beat up and abused and tormented by this scoundrel, you telling me, oh, it's no big deal. We'll just knock this one out the box.
One who brought a civil case and now is...
So if they brought just a civil case, why didn't y'all try to take care of that civil case so it didn't go this far? Oh.
Themselves as a witness in a criminal case. And we're going to fight this case with everything we have.
Well, I'm glad to see them getting ready to fight this case with everything they have because, to be honest with you, I'm tired of him. I'm tired of P. Diddy. I'm tired of this whole damn case. I'm tired of the defense attorney. I'm tired of the state attorney. I'm tired of Kamala. I'm tired of I'm actually tired of Trump. I'm tired of eating for the day. I'm tired of everything. I'm just tired. I'm like them. I'm so tired. I don't even know how to be tired. I'm so tired to all I can tell you is this your girl, Queen Dee Dee, with Dee Dee Said It. Like, share, comment, subscribe. If you don't do anything else, get to know me. Leave a comment, child. I don't know what y'all got to say. He was really boring for me. Uninteresting, but it was what it was. See you soon.